Assalamualaikum students. Today you will learn about SDLC, System Development Lifecycle. System Development Lifecycle is the problem solving process. By using this, you can design any kind of the computer system. What are the phases of SDLC? Today we will discuss about it. So students, if you are designing any kind of the software, by knowing all of the phases of SDLC, your software can be the quality software. Your software can increase the productivity as well, or your software can be well defined. So let's start from the first phase. The first phase is defining the problem. Defining the problem is the first phase of SDLC. So students, before understanding about the problem, it is difficult to design the software for that. So it is important to understand what kind of the problem are being faced by the organization. After knowing this, you can design the software for that. Next phase is planning. In the planning phase, we must understand about it what are the requirements can be considered to design a software or to solve this problem as well. And what would be the cost of that software? So after knowing about all of the estimation of the resources, we must present it to the management for the approval. Let's move toward the next phase. Next phase is the feasibility. In this phase, we must know about it that what are the technically, operationally, economically and legally is it possible to design that software for which we are working. So we must understand about all of the aspects of the feasibility report as well. So in the analyze phase, we must understand about it that what kind of the software are being required by the organization. Or is this a software is easy or possible to develop or not? Whatever the budget are being set by the organization, is this finalized or is this okay? So we will move toward the next phase, that is requirement engineering. In requirement engineering, students, we must understand about the three things. Number one is requirement gathering. Number two is requirement validation, and number three is requirement management. In requirement gathering, we must understand about that what kind of the requirements are being set by the organization. So we must understand, or we must have some kind of the meetings with the management or any kind of the organization to understand about that what kind of the functional and non-functional requirements they are being set. The next step is the validation. In the validation process, we must understand about that whatever the requirements which is being set by the organization are being completed or not. Third point is requirement management. Requirement management means whatever the rules and regulations are being set by the management are being done or not. Now we will move toward the next phase, that is designing phase. In the designing phase, we must understand about it that before starting coding of the software, we must design an algorithm for it. Algorithm or flow chart. These both things are important in designing the software. Next phase is coding. In the coding phase, we must choose any kind of the language. Whatever the programming languages we are starting, we must start the coding with that. We can use any kind of the language like C, C++, Python, C#. Whatever the language you are using in it, you must start the coding with that. So you have designed the algorithm, now you can implement that algorithm in that coding. Next phase is testing. Testing is important. Before handling your software must be tested. Means you must know that your software is giving the finalized result or not. If your software is not properly working, it is impossible to run that software. Now we are here toward the implementation phase. Implementation phase is the finalized phase of your SDLC. Means after testing your software, now you can implement it to the system as well. Now students, we have reached to the last phase, that is maintenance. Students, you must know about it. In information technology, it is important to give the maintenance of your software because it is difficult for the end users to understand about the errors. Whatever the errors they are getting, you must maintain it at least for some days. Thank you so much. If you want to learn more videos about it, so please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon as well.